Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this lecture. So in today's lecture we are going to study about what do you mean by thermodynamic work, what are the different types of thermodynamic work such as displacement work, boundary work, shaft work, electrical work, etc. and how this boundary work is dependent on path of the which the system follows. Okay, so before going into the detail with respect to the work, firstly let me tell you what is the concept of energy with respect to thermodynamics. When we talk about thermodynamics, so what do you mean by energy? So energy concept with respect to thermodynamics. Okay, we all have studied the different types of system, and which are system has been classified on the basis of transfer of energy or transfer of mass. Okay, so when we talk about energy in case of thermodynamics, there are mainly two types of energy which we deal in thermodynamics. First one is energy in storage. Second one is energy in transit. Okay. So what do you mean by energy in storage? The term energy in storage itself depicts the meaning of it. Like whatever energy is stored inside a system, that is called energy in storage. So for example, if we talk about internal energy, that is energy in storage. Similarly, potential energy. Similarly, kinetic energy. Okay, etc. Like nuclear energy, chemical energy. There are number of terms, number of types of energy, different types of energy which are comes under energy in storage. These are types of energy which are stored inside the system, such that if I am lifting any weight, let us consider we have a weight. Okay, this is a 5 kg. Okay, so its weight will be working downward 5g, and if I am lifting this weight up to a certain height, and I am placing this weight here. So now what I have done, I have displaced this weight against a gravitational force, against a conservative force, which is in this time gravitational force, and placed it at a height which is h. So the work which I have done to for raising this weight up to a certain height has been stored in this weight as a potential energy, and which can be written as 5g m into g into h. Okay, so now this is the potential energy which is stored inside this system if our the weight is our system. Okay, so this is the type of energy in storage. So let me tell you, energy in storage is, you can see that it is a point function, or you can say it is a state function. What do you mean by point function and state function? That I have already discussed in previous lectures. That point function means it does not depend on the path followed. Means if I'm raising this weight up to a h height, so it doesn't mean I'm directly raising it in vertical direction up to h height, or I'm moving it in horizontal direction, then somewhat upward, then again horizontal, then upward, then again horizontal, then upward. So the displacement to the condition which depends is final condition and initial conditions. It does not depend the path followed. Means if I am the same weight I am raising like this, upward, then horizontal, then upward, then horizontal, then upward, and finally here. So this process and this process both will have the same potential energy. Okay, so that's why I have written that it is a point function or state function. It does not depend on the path followed. On the other hand, when we talk about energy in transit, so in thermodynamics there are basically two form of energy which we use as an energy in transit. First one is heat and second one is work. Okay, first one is heat and second one is work. The heat energy, we know heat energy transfer take place because of temperature gradient. Okay, so if there is a temperature gradient between system and surrounding, then there will be a transfer of energy which will be in the form of heat. All other energy in transit we consider it as work in case of thermodynamics. Okay, so what I'm trying to say that if there is energy in transit, means energy transfer is taking place through the boundary of a system, and if it is not due to the temperature gradient, then it has to be the work transfer. There is no other mode of energy transfer across the boundary of the system. Only one is heat transfer and second one is work transfer. And heat transfer, I already told you that heat transfer is because of only temperature gradient. If there is a temperature gradient, means there is a difference in temperature between system and surrounding, then there will be a heat transfer. And if temperature gradient is not there, then whatever energy is crossing through the boundary of the system, it will be a work transfer. Why I am talking about the boundary of the system? Because here the energy is in transit, means it is crossing the boundary. Means our system, if this is our system, then system is interacting with respect to with surrounding through the boundary. So energy or heat has to be work or heat has to cross this the boundary of the system. If the energy is not crossing the boundary, then it is not energy in transit, then it will be surely energy in storage. Okay, I will give you some example. Let us take some example, like, okay, so this is a room in which I have placed a candle. Okay, and now the room is insulated. Okay, so what can I say? This is insulated room, and this is a candle. I have light up the candle inside a room, and room is insulated. So as now I want to know whether there is any energy transfer is taking place between system and surrounding, means energy interaction or work interaction is taking place between system and surrounding or not. Okay, or whether is there is any change in internal energy of the system or not, or energy in storage is it is changing or not. So let us first consider energy in transit. Okay, so you can see, since the room is insulated, so room is insulated, so there is no heat transfer can take place. So energy heat transfer through heat cannot be possible. Similarly, there is no work transfer I can see through which the work transfer can be taking place, because whenever we want to check whether is there is a heat transfer or work transfer, we have to watch at the boundary of the system. So this is the boundary of the system. So through boundary of the system, there is no interaction is taking place. So I can say easily that there is no energy in transit. Or means no energy interaction is taking place between system and surrounding. Then second one is energy storage stored. Okay. So whether there is an increase in energy stored or not. So when you consider this system, you know that when we had a candle and the energy stored in the candle was in some other form, and when we are we lighted the candle, it is just converting in some another form. Okay, earlier also energy was there inside the system only, but after lightening the candle, it is just changing its form. So energy stored will be remain constant. Okay, so there is no energy transfer is taking place between system and surrounding, or no energy interaction is taking place between system and surrounding, and there is no is energy storage is also constant. Okay, let us take one more example. Okay, so now this is an oven, this is a potato. Okay, and we all know that oven needs a power supply. Okay, let us consider that this is a power supply. Okay, so there can be two questions. One is that when I am considering this potato as my system, okay, when I am considering this potato as my system, then what interaction is being taking place. Another one is when I am considering this oven as my system. Okay, then what is the scenario? So first let us discuss when we are taking potato as a system. Okay, so you can easily see what will happen. There will be a heating element inside the oven. It will heat up the surrounding, and due to the temperature difference, there will be a heat transfer between our from surrounding to our potato, and potato will heat up. Okay, you can easily see. So if we can if the potato is our system, so the energy is being transferred from surrounding to the system. So if we consider this the potato outer boundary of potato is as boundary, So energy is transferring through the boundary from surrounding to the system in the form of heat. Okay, so there is a heat transfer taking place. Okay, so there is an interaction between system and surrounding, and that interaction is in the form of heat interaction. Okay, and that heat interaction is taking place because of the temperature difference between system and surrounding. Because why? Because there is a heating element. Due to the heating element, there will be a temperature. The temperature will increase when we switch on the supply. So temperature will increase. So due to increase in temperature, the heat will transfer from high temperature to low temperature. Okay, this is the one when we consider it as potato as our system. Second one is the when whole oven as a system. Okay, so when we consider the oven as our system, so you can easily see this is the boundary. The yellow color is the boundary of our system. Okay, so there is only one interaction which is taking place at the boundary, which you can see that this power supply which is going on. So when you will consider it, focus on this boundary, you can see here the electrical power is coming, or we can say that electrons movement is taking place. So electrons are crossing the boundary, and due to electrons there is a current which is crossing the boundary. And when the current is coming inside the oven, there is a heating element, and that current, or we can say EMF, is converting into the heat. So what is taking happening inside the system, that doesn't concern us. What is happening across the boundary, that is our main concern. Okay, so we can see that at boundary there is a transfer of electrons taking place, or there is a current is going on, or electrical energy is crossing the boundary. And we already told in previous slide that all other form of energy which is not taking place because of temperature gradient, and which is energy in transit, are वर्क ट्रांसफर. मीन्स कोई भी एनर्जी जो एनर्जी इन ट्रांजिट का पार्ट है, मीन्स जो एनर्जी इन ट्रांजिट का पार्ट है, और वो हीट एनर्जी नहीं है, क्योंकि हीट एनर्जी वी नो दैट हीट एनर्जी इज ओनली बिकॉज ऑफ टेम्परेचर ग्रेडियंट. So it will be a work interaction. Okay, so when we considering that oven as a system, so this is a work transfer which is taking place between system and surrounding. Okay, so when I am considering potato, then there is a heat transfer. Why? Because we can easily analyze it at the boundary of the potato. Heat is crossing the boundary of the system. Or on the other hand, when I am considering the oven as my system, there is a electrical current, or electrons are crossing the boundary of my system, which is oven. So electrical current is a form of work transfer. It is not a heat transfer. So it will be a definitely a work transfer. Okay, so what till now what we have understand, that whether it is a work transfer or heat transfer, we have to find out at we have to check at boundary of the system. Keep this in mind. It's very important whether the heat transfer is taking place between the system and surrounding, or work transfer is taking place between system and surrounding. That you have to determine when you consider, when your main focus will be on the boundary of the system. You will check what is the form of heat energy which is crossing the boundary, not which is coming inside the system. Whatever is happening inside the system, that doesn't concern us. Whatever crossing the boundary is the main focus. Okay, so I hope now you would have gotten an idea. Let us take one more example for better clarity. Okay, because the work and heat interaction is very important with respect to thermodynamics, so we should have better clarity to tell whether it is a work transfer or it is a heat transfer. Okay, so now let us consider, again we have two oven. This one is oven, again this is also an oven. Okay, here one heating element is there inside the oven, and here also same heating element is there inside the oven. Okay, and again this will be from some electrical supply, it will be coming. Same, this also coming, will be coming from some electrical supply. Okay, now what I am doing, in first case, this is the first case and this is the second case. In first case, I am considering whole oven as my system, including the heating coil or heating element. Okay, and on the other hand, in second case, I am considering oven as my system but excluding the heating element. Okay, so let me define what is the system here. System is whole oven including heating coil. Okay, and in second condition, system is oven excluding heating coil. Okay, so now we have to decide in which system what type of energy interaction taking place. We can, without any much analysis, we can easily say that there is some energy interaction is taking place between system and surrounding, that we can easily say. Okay, now that interaction is which type of that, which type, whether it is heat transfer or it is work transfer. Let us consider, since in first case, when we considering the boundary, so from the boundary of the system, again in the as same as the previous case, electrons are passing. Okay, so we can write that electrons or current are passing through the boundary. Okay, on the other hand, when we consider, okay, let us consider first on this, then we will go to this. So if the electron or currents is passing through the boundary of the system, that means it is an electrical energy which is crossing the boundary of the system. So it is the form of work transfer. So we can say there is a work transfer which is taking place between system and surrounding in example 1. Now in example 2, we will see heating element is not our system. Okay, so if, let me clearly picture it, this is the heating element and everything except this heating element is our system. This is the condition. Okay, so now I have to check what is happening at boundaries. See, so now this is yellow color is our system boundary. So when the heating coil or heating element will get heat up, the heat will transfer between system and surrounding. It will heat up, here the temperature will increase, So due to the increase in temperature, the heat will cross the boundary. Okay, are you getting my point? Because this heating element is not our system. Okay, so now boundary is this yellow color. This is our system boundary. Okay, so what will happen when the current will flow into this heating element? Due to the resistance, it will be a dissipative effect. So due to the resistance, there will be a heat. That voltage or potential difference will convert into heat, and heat, due to which temperature will increase, and due to this temperature difference will cause the heat transfer between system and surrounding. Okay, so we can say that heat is crossing the boundary. Okay, so if the heat is crossing the boundary, then the transfer which is taking place is heat transfer. Hope now you have a good idea about what is work transfer and what is heat transfer. Okay, now let us move to define what do you mean by thermodynamic work. When we say thermodynamic work, okay, so thermodynamic work, sorry, we can say that work is said to be done by the system if the sole effect of this can be reduced to raising of weights on the things external to the system. Okay, though the weight may not be raised exactly. Okay, so what is the definition? So we can write to see that work is said to be done by the system if the sole effect of this can be reduced to raising of weights on the things external to the system. Means if anyhow whatever transfer is taking place and result of that transfer, energy transfer, we can reduce it to anyhow we can reduce it to the raising of any weight external to the system, then we can say there is a work transfer. How is that? Let us consider an example. Okay, now let us consider we have a battery, and through that battery one motor is connected, and through that motor one shaft is connected. This is a shaft, this is a weight, and this is a pulley. Okay, so you can easily see that if the battery is connected and we switch it on motor, switch it on the motor, the motor will rotate the shaft, and on the shaft we have placed the pulley, so pulley will rotate, and whereas the pulley will rotate, the weight will go up. Okay, so weight is being raised. So let us consider this motor system, sorry, this battery and motor as our system. Okay, sorry, let us consider only, oh, okay, ठीक है, okay, this battery and motor as our system. So what is happening, what is taking place, what is happening when we check at the boundary, there is a mechanical energy is being transferred from the at the boundary in the form of rotating shaft. Okay, and which on which we can use a pulley. Since we have a rotating shaft, on rotating shaft we can use a pulley and we can raise a weight. Okay, so what is happening, external to the system, the net effect we can reduce as raising of weight. So this is a form of work transfer. Okay, now consider only battery as a system. Okay, so when you consider battery as a system, what is happening, when you check the boundary, at the boundary there again there is a transfer of electrons are passing through the boundary, or we can say current is passing through the boundary, or we can say electrical energy is crossing through the boundary. And again that same electrical energy we can use to run a motor, and through motor we can again use a pulley or shaft and we can raise the weight. So again, if this red color is our system, outside the system anyhow we can reduce this effect of electrical energy to the raising of weight. Okay, so again there is a work is being transferred. Okay, so there is no necessary that weight should be raised, but anyhow we can produce a effect, or we can reduce it, or we can conclude that weight can be lifted if we want. Okay, similarly here that when the shaft is rotating, if we are not putting that weight, then also work is being transferred. But if the same shaft we can use a pulley, and through pulley we can raise a weight, so that is to show that this is there is a work transfer which is taking place through the boundary. Okay, so I hope now you got an idea what do you mean by thermodynamic work, contrary to the mechanical work, in which case in mechanical work there is a body, there is a force, and body is moving in the direction of force, then only we say there is work is taking place. Okay, if there is no displacement, then there is no work. Okay, in case of mechanical work. But in when we talk about thermodynamic work, sole effect, if the sole effect of the interaction we can reduce it, that raising of a weight, then we can say that work is being transferred. Okay, now we should consider two three important points with related to work. First one is work is a boundary phenomena. Okay, means I already told you that whenever we have to check whether his work is taking place, work transfer is taking place or not, we have to check at the boundary of the system. Okay, here that shaft work, mechanical energy were being transferred through the shaft. Here the electrical energy was being transferred through that cable or wire. Okay, so whenever we want to check whether work is being taken, transferring, or being there is a work interaction between the system and surrounding or not, we have to check at boundary. So work is a boundary phenomena. Second one is the convention. So as convention, work done by the system is taken as positive. Okay, and work done on the system is taken as negative work done. Okay, so this is general convention. If there is a work done which is taking system is doing the work, then it is taken as positive, and if the work is done on the system, then it is considered as negative. Okay, so now let us move what are the different types of work. So first one is, which is the most important with respect to the surrounding, is boundary work. There are so many names of this work: boundary work, pdv work, displacement work, then non-flow work. So these are all the synonyms of boundary work, displacement work, pdv work, and non-flow work. Okay, these all are synonyms, and this is one type of work in thermodynamics. Okay, which is the most important. So let us consider. This is a piston. Okay, so initial condition, the piston was at this point. This is, we can say, one position. Okay, and piston is moving towards right, and the final position is piston at point 2. Okay, in between that there is a small displacement of the piston, which is denoted by dx. Piston had displaced by a dx length. Okay, we can see this is a closed system. There is no mass transfer is taking place. Okay, now let us consider the pressure inside the system at that instant is P, volume is V, and temperature is T. Area of the piston is A, capital A. Okay, so if I want to calculate force acting on the piston, so what will be force acting on the piston will be F is equal to what? Pressure into area. because we know that pressure is force per unit area. Okay, now we know that work is equal to force into displacement, and we know displacement is dx, so F into dx. F we can replace with pressure into area. So work del W to displace the piston from position A to this some between mid position, some intermediate position at which is shown by yellow color, will be P into A into dx. Okay, and we all know that area into length, we can write it pressure into volume, dV into dV. Okay, don't write it small letter, V into dV. Okay, so this is the small work which is done by the system if we are considering this as a system. So this is the work which is being small work which is being done to displace the piston from this one position to this yellow position, this white position to this yellow position. And if I want to find out the work that system has to done to displace the boundary from one position to two position, then what I have to do? I have to just integrate. So W will be integration P dV from where? Position 1 to position 2. Okay, so we can see that now we can calculate the work which system has to be done by the system to displace the boundary from position 1 to position 2. Okay, and that is equal to integration 1 to 2, means state 1 to state 2, P into dV, where P is the pressure and dV is the change in the volume from process state 1 to state 2. Okay, now you can easily see that why it is called boundary work, because here the work is done by movement of the boundary. When boundary is moving or boundary is displacing or changing its position, then work is being done by system or work is done on the system. Okay, how the work will be done on the system, that I will discuss in a while. Here the work is done by the system through the displacement of the boundary or through the movement of the boundary. That's why it is called boundary work. Again, PdV work, you can see that the formula for the work is integration P into dV, so that's why it is called PdV work. Again, displacement work. Displacement work means the boundary is being displaced from its position, that's why it is called displacement work. Non-flow work, non-flow work means there is no flow is taking place, means because this is a closed system. So in closed system we know that there is no mass flow, mass exchange, so there is no flow, that's why it is called non-flow work. Okay, now we know that W is equal to integration 1 to 2 P dV. Okay, so this through this formula we can analyze. Let us consider that if we have to find out a area of any curve, okay, like this is a curve, and I am telling you to find out the area between x is equal to 0 to x is equal to 4. Okay, so what was the method we have used? We have taken a small strip which is a length y and thickness dx, and area dA will be y into dx. And if you want to find out the whole area, then integrate area is equal to integration y into dx from x is equal to 0 to x is equal to, okay, this we know. Okay, and after comparing this with equation W is equal to integration 1 to 2 P into dV. And if you compare these two equations, this equation and this equation, you can see or you can tell that if we have a plot, if we have a plot between pressure and volume axis, and we know what is the process which is taking place by the system. Let's answer this is 1 or this is 2. Okay, then the area under the curve when projected on the volume axis will give me what? Area under the curve. What will be the area under the curve? If I want to calculate the area under the curve, the area will be, you know, that we will take again a small strip. Then for a small strip, area will be P into dV. And if I want to calculate whole area, so it will be integration P dV 1 to 2 or V1 to V2. Okay, and same is the work formula. So we can easily conclude that work, if I want to find out the work, it is simply the area under the curve on PV diagram when projected on volume axis. Okay, okay, so work is area under the curve on the PV diagram when projected on the volume axis. This is very important, that on which axis you are projecting the area. Okay, if you are projecting it on pressure axis, then it will not be the work done for by the closed system. Okay, this work we are talking about the closed system, for the closed system. Why? Because we have taken a piston cylinder assembly in previous slide. Here we have taken a piston cylinder assembly in which work is being transferred, or work is being done by the system, and there is no mass transfer taking place. Okay, so you can see that the work which is being done by the system for a closed system is area under the PV curve on the PV diagram when projected on the volume axis. Okay, this, there is no, I don't think there should be any difficulty to understand this. Now let us move forward. So we know that area under the curve on PV axis is work done. So P and V. Let us consider this is the initial point, point 1, and this is the final point, point 2. Now if I want to join these two states, initial state 1 and final state 2, there are number of ways through which I can connect these states. 1 to 2, 1 to 2, and 1 to 2. Let us consider this is A, this is B, or this is C. Okay, so if the system is following the path 1C or 1A2, then area under the curve will be this one. We can show it through this. This will be the area under the curve. Okay, now if system is passing through the path 1B2, Then area under the curve will be, sorry, area under the curve will be this one. Okay, and again, sorry, if the system is passing through or undergoing through path 1C2, then the area under the curve will be this one. Okay, let me draw the paths once again. This is the one path. Sorry. This is path A, this is path B, and this is path C. Okay, so you can see that area under curve 1A2 is not equal to area under curve 1B2 is not equal to area under 1C2. Since area represents the work done, so work WA2 should not be equal to W1B2 should not be equal to W1C2. Okay, this you can easily understand. So you are able to see that work done for different paths are different. So we can say that work is a path function, means the work is depending on the path followed by the system. If the path is different, work done will be different. Okay, this you can easily understand. Okay, so now I will add some more points into the work. Two points we have already added previous. Work is boundary phenomena, and work as convention, work by the system is positive and work on the system is negative. Okay, some other point I will add. Second, then third, work is a path function. Okay, path function means it depends on the path followed by the system. Okay, then work is an inexact differential. Okay, then work is an transient phenomena that we have already discussed. At energy in transit, that is a form of energy in transit. And last is work depends on past history. Okay, so these are the some important points related to work. It depends on the past history because it is a path phenomena, how the system is passing through a point or how that system is coming to state this state. It is work depends on that only. Okay, on the contrary, the properties don't depend on the past histories. Okay, similarly, properties are exact differential. On the other hand, work is inexact differential. Okay, and boundary phenomena I have already told you. Okay, so now through by this you can prove, if you somebody ask you how prove that how the work is a path function, you can easily show him how the work is path function. You have to just start from this here. Just to drive the work function, how the work is being calculated, then you have to compare it with the, you have to show that work done for a closed system is area under the PV diagram area under the curve on PV diagram when projected on the volume axis. Okay, then you can show that if the path is changing, the area under the curve will definitely change. So work will change because area under the curve is work equal to the work for a closed system. Remind that it is for a closed system I am talking about. Okay, so area under the curve is different for different paths. So work is a path function. Okay, so I think that's it for the today's lecture. For this lecture, in coming next lecture, we will talk about what are the different criterias or with different condition when we can use this work expression. Okay, there is no such condition that you can use this work equation anywhere. This is not the case. Okay, so in next lecture we will discuss what are the different conditions which must be satisfied to use so that we can use this work equation, and what are the different types of other works like electrical work, shaft work, mechanical work. Okay, mechanical work done by a bar, work done by a spring. Okay, etc. So till then, if you all have any query related to these, you can mail me on this bpdcdbg@gmail.com. I will be more than happy to answer your query as per the time. Whenever I will get the time, I will give the reply. Okay. Thank you.